Okay.
Three.
Hey, Anita, how's it going?
Hey, Karen.
Happy
Fine.
Friday the 13th, March 13th,
I know. I can't.
2026, the year of our Lord.
I know. It's Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
So what could go
What
wrong?
what could go wrong? Well, that already hasn't this week. I mean, it's been
Well, it's true.
another long, excruciating week.
It's been Friday the 13th all week.
It has been,
Hmm.
and now
Well,
here we are.
actually, all year
Yeah,
since
pretty
January 2020,
much,
2025.
pretty
Yes.
much. Yeah. So, I think we're gonna start doing these end of the week bonus episodes for people. Um,
Okay.
and so thought, hey, why not start now?
Why
And
not?
why not? What else are we doing? You
I
know?
know. That's true. I
I
mean,
mean,
what the hell else are we doing
We have some
with our
we have some news right
oh,
now.
hold on. Shush, I'm not ready for you, Aaron Parnas.
Yeah, Aaron, get
Aaron,
the
you
fuck
just
out of here.
shush. Not now. Aaron
Okay,
Parnas.
go ahead.
So yeah. So anyway, so just yeah. I mean, I don't know if we want to, have everybody look behind the curtain, but of course, we did jump on here earlier, and the
Yeah,
technology gods were not happy with us or something, and so
it was all our tech support. They
yeah.
suck.
Well, yes, I'm gonna be filing a complaint.
I
Um,
know, me too.
yes.
Who
So
do I send that to?
yeah, I'm gonna get the email for you.
Okay.
Um,
Karen
y-
at.
yeah, well, or you could just go to True Blue Politics Podcast at gmail.com if you want to send us your complaints.
Yeah.
Okay. But here, I just wanted to start out because of course, I'm constantly getting notifications, and Aaron Parnas is one of the people that I subscribe to on YouTube. So this came into my feed, and so I just wanted to see if you had any thoughts about it. So please
Okay.
hold.
Go for it.
Okay. And I'm going to back this up. Come on.
For their ships through the Strait of Hormuz.
Here, let's go back.
We
Okay.
have major developments right now regarding the war in Iran. European leaders are actively breaking from the White House and the administration over what they see is an abandonment of European values, of Western alliances. European leaders are going directly to Iran to try to negotiate some type of settlement to get oil to Europe, to Italy, to France through the Strait of Hormuz. At the same time, other European leaders are slamming Donald Trump for allowing Russia to have sanctions relief, to ease sanctions off of Russia at a time where the war in Ukraine is continuing. And even as Trump is admitting for the first time that Russia is likely aiding Iran and killing American soldiers across the Middle East and kind of brushing it off in the meantime. At the same time, the United States is about to deploy expeditionary Marines near Iran, and some are saying this could be the first stages of what could eventually be a ground operation in Iran. Make sure to like, comment, share.
So, how do you feel about that, Anita?
Well, I'm not surprised that this is like the camel that I mean the the straw that broke the camel's back. I was trying to
Right. But
because
I
I
mean,
mean
do you think that the Trump administration thought that this was how this was going to play out, or
oh
what do you
no.
think?
Well, they didn't have any plans. What he thought was this was going to be like a, one and done, that he was going to go in there like he did with Venezuela, decapitate get rid of the leader. And then they would just all, like bow down and, oh no, what do you want us to do for you, Donald Trump? Like what happened in
Sir,
Venezuela.
with
But
tears in
Venezuela,
their eyes? Do you think
well, yeah, with
would they
tears in their eyes,
with tears in their
being
eyes, sir?
strong.
Sir.
Iran with tears in his eyes said,
Mm-hmm.
sir, what can we give you?
Right.
No, I mean the truth is, right now, Italy is already withdrawing the troops that they had there to help us, and we're no longer the leader of the free world. That
No.
what's happening is these countries are negotiating directly with Iran.
Right.
They're not
Just
even
like they
they're
directly negotiated, trade deals with China.
no, well, yeah,
You
kind
know what I
yeah.
mean? Like where we're leaving these voids and these places where other countries
Well,
are
not only
stepping in.
not only are we, China is definitely stepping in, but we, this whole trade war. that
Mhm.
he's waged against the war, basically, I mean, really,
Mhm. Right.
is caused a lot of these countries to turn to China and make deals like Canada made with China, with
Mhm.
India made
Right.
with China. I mean, so
Right.
now we're the odd man out, and we're no longer seen. I mean, Donald Trump played this little isolationist game, which is, I mean, the fact that he, the people actually fell for this bullshit that he was an isolationist, the way
Right.
he talked during the campaign, when he did talk about decimating Iran, even in his first term.
Mhm.
Remember? I mean, he had already bombed. What was it? He dropped the mother of all bombs. He bombed Syria. He is no isolationist.
No.
And remember my button's bigger than your button with North Korea and that kind of crap. As a matter of fact, Miles Taylor was on Chris Hayes and he was talking about how that whole what happened there was that everybody. So remember, at that time he had like serious people in the White House. His advice,
Mhm.
some of like John Kelly and was it McMaster? Who was his name? McMaster.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and there was quite a few people that were actually serious people.
Right.
Republicans, okay,
Right.
but who
Institutionalists.
were like freaked out. They thought
Yeah.
he was going to get us into a nuclear war. He was just going to fall into that, right?
Right.
We were
Yep.
going to stumble into a nuclear war with North Korea, and so they were freaking out, and they were trying to find a way out of that.
Yes.
So my point is that he has been like this forever. So all of these people that think that this is a different Donald Trump.
Right.
No, he had serious people surrounding him at that time that would stop him. He wanted to nuke a hurricane, for God's sakes.
Right.
He wanted to shoot protesters. Remember?
Mhm.
There were so many things he wanted to do.
He wanted to shoot IV or what do you call it? Light up our butts to cure COVID.
Well, he actually said that out loud.
Right.
But my point is that the crazy shit that he wanted to do
Mhm.
all the time, that he
All the
wanted to
time.
bomb Mexico. So, I
Mhm.
mean, but there were people that surrounded him. Even when he pulled out of the Iran deal, I can remember John Kelly, who was his chief of staff at that time, was saying, "Oh, hell no. I mean, we don't want to do that. This is working." They were all
Mhm.
telling him, we should not do that. This is because there used to be some continuity, right,
Right.
between presidents, and they would continue on the same policies because
Mhm.
that's kind of what our allies relied on, was that
Right.
we were stable like that. So even like when Obama inherited the Iraq war, the Iraq and Afghanistan war, there was some continuity. He didn't just like, let's just pull all the troops out immediately and we're going to do a totally different foreign policy. He understood that we had to have some continuity.
Right.
But Donald
Now-
Trump, go
Mhm.
ahead.
No, I was just going to say, as you're talking about all this stuff, and now it just seems like the only continuous or continuity in this whole situation is who this helps aside, as far as, the ties to Russia, the threads,
The threat is it always helps Russia. It always there's
helps
some in
Russia.
some way, or even or China,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because I mean I know that and maybe that's by happenstance that it also helps China,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
because like the trade wars, they help China. I mean it might as well have been make China great again, because it's not
Right.
making America great.
No.
It's making Russia great. It's making
Yep.
China great. It's making all these other Israel great.
Mm-hmm.
But America's last.
Yep.
In all of this.
We're seeing now, gas prices are skyrocketing. Prices are not going down. As a matter of fact, they're going up. I saw this video. This gentleman was shopping at Costco, and he had marked the prices from a year ago. And it's like 100% increases on food.
Oh, I know. I mean, and remember, Donald Trump said he was going to get prices down on day one. I mean, the fact of the matter is, these people wanted to believe him. I was watching CNN, a clip of CNN, because I don't watch CNN,
Mm-hmm.
but they did this interview. They did these interviews with there was a one man pumping gas, premium gas, okay, and he was nicely dressed and everything. You could tell he was probably pretty well to do. He's pumping premium gas. And they asked him about, the gas prices. And he said, oh, well, I think this is just temporary or whatever. And there was another guy that they interviewed who was just pumping regular gas. He was a construction worker.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the one who said, was complaining about the gas price. He goes, I was balling under Biden. These both of these people voted for Donald Trump.
Right.
So he
Do
goes,
you want me to play the clip?
Do you have the clip?
I do.
Okay, play that clip.
Please hold. Please hold.
Of that campaign promise. President Trump in the last election, he promised to bring down prices. What do you make of that campaign promise?
He did vote. He said he'd have gas under $3, and now it's right at $5. And I mean, honestly, it's something that he stole from somewhere. And now we're at what, $5 a gallon? He's saying about for our safety. Leave somebody alone, they won't bother you.
He said that the small increase in prices is for safety. I guess, one, do you feel more safe in this country right now? And two, is it worth the price of gas? Is that safety worth it?
A small increase on prices, it's over $1 more than what it was. It was almost at $2 and something cents. He was bragging the other day on news, 190 or 290 somewhere. It's $5.50 a gallon. We don't run off of hopes and dreams. And as far as being safe, this point in time, anybody can do anything. So as far as safety, he ain't doing nothing for my safety.
Is there anything else you want to say about the price of gas, about the cost of living, about the experience you're going through right now?
I would just wish he'd keep up on his campaign promise and say he was going to put it under $3. He'd end that war so fast. But here it is, 5 years later, helping his buddy out get his more money. And then never mind charging us Americans all sorts of money for fuel that you just stole from Venezuela.
Do you regret your vote right now?
Well, between him and her, I thought he was the better choice. But honestly, I miss my Uncle Joe. Because, there was a lot of craziness going on, but it was a whole lot calmer than this. It didn't affect my day-to-day life. I was a nobody, and I was balling then. Now, I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't even show you $5 in my pocket. This whole thing's got a recession going on. I don't know if anybody else is seeing it, but I definitely see it firsthand.
See, what disturbs me about that is because he voted for Donald Trump. He was balling under Biden, okay?
Right.
So why did he vote for Donald Trump?
Right.
It's like that farmer who got that, like $250,000 grant for farm equipment under Biden, and then he voted for Trump. So what is it? Wasn't the cost of eggs, right? It couldn't have been. Because they were balling under Biden,
but
right?
Here, now I'm going to offer this up and see what you think about this. Because he mentions between him and her.
Yeah, well, no, I get that.
So
I get that, but they were also complaining about Biden.
Right. So he was saying that he was doing better under Biden, but the fact that it was going to be Kamala Harris and he couldn't vote for her, I think that kind of gives a little bit of a clue as to why he voted for Trump again.
Well, I think Biden would have won. I honestly do.
I do. But we have to deal with what was, right? What actually happened.
And so, but I'm just saying that because you're saying, you're insinuating that he would have voted for Biden, but he didn't vote for Kamala because it was a woman and a black woman at that.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Okay. I don't know. I don't think these people. I doubt it. I think that they would have voted for Trump.
Well, let me just say he's got a very pronounced forehead.
Does that mean he's like a Neanderthal?
And I think it's because
he's not evolved.
He's not. And I think that. Yeah, I think that there's definitely a segment that's what it was. And who knows if he was asked specifically about that. But here's the thing. Kamala Harris came out and said, spelled out everything that she was going to do.
Well, there would have been, that word continuity. That would have been a lot of continuity between Biden and Kamala Harris because she was 100%. His vice president. She was his vice president.
That's right.
So, I don't know for sure. I can't say for sure. Neither one of us can say for sure. No. But the truth is, these people, they knew who Donald Trump was. And I just want to say this, and I know I said this before. These people, continue to say that they were betrayed somehow.
Right.
This guy has been around for 10 years now. They voted for him 3 fucking times.
Right.
He totally mishandled the pandemic, so that a million people died. Right. We're in a financial crisis, and we saw who he was. He was a liar. He was a liar. He was incompetent. But you can tell by the way he mishandled the COVID, and we forget about all the other craziness the last time he was president. And not only that, but January 6th, we all saw January 6th, and then he continues all up to this day. He still continues to insist that he won the 2020 election.
Right. Well,
So
see, and so that's okay. So, like, I'm going to repeat what I said the first time we tried this recording. In 2016 on Facebook, I posted, if you voted for him, unfriend me now, because to me, the fact that he trolled President Obama with a bunch of racist tropes and the birtherism stuff, the fact that he called Mexicans rapists and criminals, the fact that he said that he could grab women by the P word, he made fun of disabled journalists, he insulted women, like calling them derogatory names. So 2016, you vote for him. I've got a problem with you. 2020, after the pandemic, after, the gross mishandling of that, the Mueller report, all of that, you vote for him again in 2020. And then January 6th, like you were just saying, January 6th happens. How the hell do you vote for him in 2024, Anita?
To me, a lot of people said, oh, that's the end of him, after January 6th. And then he comes rising from the dead, right?
Yep.
And these
with
guys
the help of the Republican Party,
of course, and they went along with it. Remember, Mitch McConnell? Oh, don't worry. They could have voted.
They could have
to impeach him and not to convict him, and that would have not allowed him to run for president again. There's no reason he should have been able to run for president again.
No.
I mean, and you know what? The Supreme Court let us down too. And I'm not talking about just the conservatives, because that was a 9-0 decision that he should be allowed to run for president. And it was very disappointing.
And then the immunity thing on top of that.
I know. And then the immunity. Oh, my God. I wonder if they even think about, oh, wow, we really fucked up, because this guy is just he's a lunatic. He's a madman. And now they have to be afraid that they're going to become irrelevant. They're always afraid when they challenge him, when they vote against him. Like they did with the tariffs. Look how he reacted to that.
Right.
Attacking them personally.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I was going to tell you, because we want, we're going to be on the politics bar in not too long of a time here. But anyway, I wanted to, kind of segue out into, and by telling this little personal anecdote about this family member who is going to be getting married to somebody who's a triple trumper. And he was talking about, and this could be, as we discussed before, an excuse and the way that he figures he can, it gives him an out. But he cited specifically the Epstein files.
I know, and I'm going to repeat myself too, but it feels weird. But yeah, I feel like this is his way out, like you said. I think a lot of these things, because he is just completely, he's obvious that he is a disaster. Okay. He came in, what did he promised everybody everything. We knew that the stuff that he was talking about when he was saying, he was totally, counterproductive to lowering costs. He was talking about tariffs. How can you lower costs at the same time you impose tariffs? You can't, right?
Right.
So that right there, okay? And nobody said, hey, so, nobody ever challenged him about that either. These people just bought it hook, line, and sinker. Oh, he's going to do tariffs, and make America first. And then he's also going to lower costs on day one. And the Ukraine war thing. Oh, that was going to be easy peasy on day one. Nobody said, how are you going to do that? And if they did, he would say something stupid like, well, I know, I would just get them together and I'd say, hey, end this thing, just ridiculous answers, right? And nobody ever asked him anything complicated or anything really simple, like, hey, can you name the 3 branches of government?
I know, right?
Seriously, this man doesn't know anything. And that is why we're here. Okay. Because he got into this war with Iran. That Bibi Netanyahu finally found a president stupid enough to do that.
Mhm.
Everybody knew that going to war with Iran meant they were going to close the Strait of Hormuz, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was no doubt about it. And so nobody should be surprised, but they're surprised. How is it that he's got these advisors around him, some of whom did tell him, hey, look, this is what they're going to do, okay? And he's like, yeah, I don't think so. And that's about it. That's about as much thought as they put into it. That's about it.
Yep.
And now here we are.
And here we are.
Here we are. It could be this is a catastrophe because we're talking about the global economy. This isn't just affecting us.
Exactly right.
And so, I mean, I said it. I can remember saying it. This is national suicide. Electing Trump is national suicide. And not only does it hurt our country, but it's going to not only will it destroy our country, but it's going to destroy the world, or at least negatively affect everybody on this planet.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, even when it comes to climate, okay, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, no, because we're limited on time, but I wanted to play this as well. This was also from Aaron Parnas. Some major developments. Here we go.
We have some major Epstein news right now and new developments that need attention. So spread the word, especially as the war in Iran continues. Let's talk about Epstein. First, we're getting more information soon about the night Jeffrey Epstein died. The House Oversight Committee has now requested a transcribed interview with the prison guard on duty the night Epstein died. That's going to have significant information, and there are a lot of questions about the circumstances and the means and methods by which Jeffrey Epstein died, or maybe was killed. There are a lot of questions. Meanwhile, in stunning news, Richard Kahn, remember him? He's the essentially Epstein accountant who testified in front of the House Oversight Committee. During his deposition, he claimed that Jane Doe 4, who accused both Trump and Epstein, never received any settlement from the Epstein estate. He initially claimed the opposite, then he tried to correct himself by saying that under oath. Now look at this. Congress, now he's saying he can no longer confirm or deny there was a settlement. He led this survivor settlement fund, and he can't confirm or deny whether an accuser of Trump's and Epstein's got money from it. Lots of questions need to be answered. Spread the word. Follow along for more.
Okay. Now, first of all, sometimes a conspiracy theory isn't just conspiracy isn't crazy. Sometimes they're true. And Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. Hardly anybody believes that anymore. Republicans, Democrats, nobody believes that anymore.
But remember when people would say, "Oh, that's a conspiracy." That's a conspiracy
I get
theory.
It. And I am always suspect of these kind of things. I like to have evidence.
Absolutely.
But the truth is, when I started looking into it, I mean, and especially when they released that video and it's edited. Now, I don't think this DOJ edited it. What happened was, I think Bill Barr's DOJ edited
DOJ did.
Because he said, he looked at the video and there's nothing there.
Right.
Right. And this DOJ is so incompetent, and they probably didn't even notice. It took, who was it that came out? What blog was that? Wired.
Wired, yeah.
Wired found that there was 3 minutes missing and all this other stuff. And now there's this orange jumpsuited guy coming up the stairs. I mean, there's so many questions. And
was it a jumpsuit or just an orange guy?
And not only that, right? It was Hillary Clinton. We all know that.
No, anyway. It was an orange person, somebody who's orange.
She was wearing orange. She
wasn't wearing orange. It was somebody who has orange skin.
I know that, but I don't think Donald Trump could climb the stairs.
That's true. He'd be out of breath.
So I mean, certainly not, kill anybody because he's just too,
he's too portly.
He's too fat. He's too out of shape. But anyway, so and then the other stuff like. The things that were going to come out at that right before that time, the fact that you have Steve Bannon talking to Jeffrey Epstein and Jeffrey Epstein saying, he knows I could destroy him. And this is like right before. And then what it looks like to me, that Donald Trump had him arrested because remember, it was during the Trump administration, and he had him arrested and put into prison so that he could have access to him. I really do believe that. I know it sounds crazy, and it would have sounded crazy to me 2 years ago or 3 years ago, but now it's not so crazy.
It tracks.
It
With- yeah.
tracks.
Mhm.
And then, because he had to silence him.
Right.
Like, look what he's doing with Ghislaine Maxwell.
Right. And what was
Moving-
the thing that came out like 2 days before? There was
The
something
thing
that
about
came.
that, the girl
Yes.
that the 13-year-old girl that that supposedly she bit him,
Mhm.
and that whole situation.
Right.
That was like that right that month or something like that. I mean,
Yes.
it was right before that. So
Yes, that's right. And she had met with the FBI 4 times.
right, exactly. So I mean, it just the whole suicide thing just doesn't add up.
No.
And I'm pretty convinced that there's some hanky panky there.
I agree. Well, listen, Anita, you know what time it is.
It's politics bar.
Time for the politics bar. So we're going to hop off of here and we're going to head over to the bar to hang out with Jody Hamilton and Sean
See you
Smith
guys
Pierce.
there.
See you
Yes, see you
there.
guys there.
So
Bye.
long, everybody.
Bye.
Have a great weekend.
Bye.